سلام، پدرام هستم از ماسل کاتالیست. تو این ویدیو همراه من باشین. این ویدیو یه ذره طولانیه. قراره بریم سراغ 3 تا پادکست. بخشای مهمشون رو قراره اینجا بررسی کنیم. خب تو بخش اول قراره بریم سراغ صحبت‌های جان دلاروزا. جان شنبه شب قراره تو استیج تماشا مسابقه بده. مهمون پادکست دنیس بوده. این پادکست دیشب منتشر شده. بخشی از این پادکست به صحبت‌های جان دلاروزا، دنیس، جیمز و میلوس سارسف در مورد هادی چوپان اختصاص داشته. اینکه هادی چه تأثیری رو بقیه بدنسازا داشته. یادمون نرفته که جان و هادی تو آروم کلاسیک انگلیس تو حاشیه مسابقه لحظات جذابی رو با هم داشتن، جایی که هادی وقتی می‌بینه جان دلاروزا تنها مونده و کسی تو صف ملاقات باهاش نیست، ازش میخواد که کنارش بیاد و در واقع با هواداران پرتعداد هادی چوپان ملاقات کنن و عکس بگیرن و از این داستانا. اینجا ولی بحث در مورد بک استیج و استیج بوده. نباید فراموش کرد که دلاروزا یکی از قدیمی‌ترین چهره‌های حال حاضر دسته اوپنه. بدنسازی که نزدیک به 40 سال سن داره و از سال 2012 تو مسابقات حرفه‌ای حضور داشته. تو ابتدای صحبت‌ها دلاروزا وقتی میخواد درباره اینکه چطور میتونه رژیم خودش رو تو تایم بیشتری از سال حفظ کنه صحبت کرده. این بخش رو زیرنویس فارسی ببینید.
So you feel like you dieting longer has helped you, or because I know you wasn't doing that before when you were younger, but you think that's maturity? Like what's behind that?
Yeah, I think you just mature in the sport mentally. Like, you know, I mean, we all want to enjoy our off season. You know, I think a lot of things have changed in my life. More recently, just watching some of the top guys like Hadi, Choopan last year really inspired me, watching him backstage and like just the way he was very professional about everything he was doing. Most of the guys, I mean, you guys are probably did the same thing, but most of the guys get backstage and we're talking and yeah, we pump up when we need to, but Hadi was back there just like completely focused on what he needed to do to present his best package on stage. You know, I took little tidbits here and there of what he was doing and other guys too, you know, and I think just staying on my grind, you know, just trying to stay as close to my diet, quote unquote, as possible and just be as professional. I'm a bodybuilder, so I should eat like a bodybuilder. I should train like a bodybuilder as often and, you know what I mean, as I can.
در ادامه دنیس جیمز به نوعی از اینکه یه بدنساز ساکن آمریکا یه بدنساز ایرانی رو الگو قرار داده تعجب کرده و البته از حرفه‌ای‌گری هادی و توجهش به جزئیات گفته. بدنسازی که تقریباً هیچ ارتباطی با جامعه بدنسازی آمریکا، جایی که بدنسازهای سرشناس حضور داشتن، نداشته و حتی با توجه به مشکلاتی که داره برقراری ارتباط براش خیلی سخته.
I like the fact that what you just said. You said that he was watching Hadi backstage. Now, as bodybuilders, professional bodybuilders, we would look up to stateside pros from before, and we would take their things. Now, you chose a guy that's from Iran that doesn't even know what other people do. See in him the professionalism that he's bringing without having contact with all these pros back in the days where he can learn from. He never did. You know what I mean? Yeah. That tells you really how focused and how disciplined this man is, because that has to be just in himself. Right. When he comes to America, he doesn't have friends. He can't communicate with people.
Right.
So he does his own thing. Yeah, and just to hear you say that's inspiring right there.
Yeah, it truly left a mark on me. I remember walking back out of there and talking to Patrick, and you know, obviously we were excited. I placed 4th at the Arnold. I was really happy with the package I bought. My wife always, my biggest cheerleader, she always pulls up that rear double bicep. I'm next to Samson and Hadi, and she's like, there's 2 Mr. Olympias right there, and you're right up their ass, you know, you're right there. So, but I left there inspired, and I told Patrick, I was like, man, like, I love what I do, and I think that's a part of my downfall. I really enjoy competing. I love hanging out with the guys backstage, getting on stage and fighting for that, you know, spot wherever you're gonna end up. But I was missing things like that, like, you can hang out with the guys, you can go grab a meal, you can whatever bullshit, but until the job is done, it's not done. You're there to do a job. You're there to bring your absolute best. And you know, even it might sound silly to guys that you're just back there like bullshitting and hanging out, but Hadi wasn't. He was taking every moment he could. I mean, the dude would pump up whatever he needed to like get in, whether it was a little bit of sodium, a little bit of water, or some food, whatever he was doing, boom, hit some poses. And then he would check his color like 4 or 5 times before he even walked out on stage. I mean, I do that right before I go on stage. I see all of those things. I was like, damn, bro, I'm getting on stage. I should be more aware of what I'm presenting. and the motions that I'm going through to prepare for that moment. Yeah. Instead of hanging out with the guys like, oh, how you doing? What's going on? Oh, you look great. Nah, we could do all that after
prejudging.
خب امکان نداره بحث هادی چوپان مطرح بشه و میلوس سارسف اظهار نظری نکنه. طبیعتا در این مورد هم صحبت کرده. از جان دلاروزا خواسته که این الهام گرفتن و توجهی که به حرکات هادی تو بک استیج و استیج داشته رو حتما پیاده کنه.
Backstage and then especially on the stage. You've seen what kind of nuclear energy Hadi brings on the stage. The second he put that foot on the stage, you can feel it. Holy hell. And he captures you, you watch him, and it's like, oh, it's like tornado. Okay? Yeah. That's active. You're kind of passive.
I am.
That's what I sense with you.
Yeah.
So now backstage you see and learn something from him. You have to do that on the stage. That's what matters the most.
I agree. I 100% agree. It's almost something that I've had to rehearse because it doesn't come naturally to me to like get on stage and just be this angry, like I'm here to rip everyone's head off. That's not who I am. But I've had to practice and rehearse, and that's what Hadi was doing backstage, right? Like he was going through. I remember he was going through his quarter turns, and we all are very aware and conscious of how we let our stomachs hang out and, you know, when we're able to breathe and when we should pull it in and all this stuff. And I'm watching him and he's like, everything is timed, everything is perfect, everything is like when he's supposed to be hitting it. And that's why he's Mr. Olympia, right? That's why he had won the title of being the best bodybuilder in the world, because of those little things, I believe, lead to an incredible package on stage and an incredible presentation.
And on that note, today there's an Instagram, his Korea boat, when he was second to Flex Lewis. You see, he looked phenomenal, but you can catch he was losing the stomach many times. So back then he didn't control it and he mastered it. And now you can see a thing, the way he sucked in, flat stomach, you know. But it shows you that we can all learn if you practice now.
حالا نظر شما در مورد این صحبت‌ها چیه؟ حتما این پایین در موردش کامنت بذارید. مرسی که ویدیو رو لایک میکنید. حتما کانال رو سابسکرایب کنید. اما تو بخش دوم ویدیو قرار بریم سراغ صحبت‌های نیک واکر تو پادکست بیگ تینک مدیا. این پادکست هم اخیراً پخش شده. صحبت‌های مختلفی رو داشته. حالا چون نیک واکر اخیراً زیاد تو پادکست‌ها بوده و بخشی از صحبت‌ها تکراری میشه، اینجا سعی کردم بخشایی رو داشته باشیم که کمتر جای مطرح شده. در مورد فرم تمرینی نیک واکر ازش میپرسن، اینکه چی شد که تصمیم گرفت سبک تمرینیش رو عوض کنه، این تغییر تو سبک تمرینی چه کمکی بهش کرده، خودش که معتقد اصلاح فرم و کنترل بیشتر باعث شده که نقاط ضعفش رو برطرف کنه. این بخش رو با زیرنویس فارسی ببینید.
You get a lot of people talking about your training. Obviously, you probably get tired of talking about it because the way you train looks a little different than how you used to train or how a lot of other guys are training right now. And I hear people mention it constantly. But, you know, how's the body feeling? It obviously is responding. Everything looks like it's going great.
The body, it feels fresh. See, the thing is, like, I love training balls to the wall heavy. I mean, there's just no, let's be real, no funner feeling than just picking up some heavy shit and throwing it around, you know? And I think it got me to a certain level. And then I just think my body, I don't want to say stalled, but like it was like, okay, what I'm doing, I have a lot of weak points. So what I'm doing obviously isn't working. So I have to switch it up a little bit. And that kind of where I adopted the type of training that I do now. And that just kind of began to build up every weak point that I really had. Training this way has me building again. Yeah. So obviously it builds muscle. And who's to say if I didn't start this way, I wouldn't be better where I'm at than where I am today. You know what I mean? Like we'll never know. As we're younger, what are we taught? Like lift fucking heavy. We're not taught form and all this connection shit and what it's going to do and everything else. We're just told to pick some shit up, you know? And I think once you get down to learn and mastering that skill of being able to connect with the muscle so fucking severely, you realize like you don't need that type of poundage because it's only going to fuck up your joints in the long run. Because now, dude, when I wake up in the morning, I just train legs. Now, after a leg day, I wake up in the morning, my quads are sore, but I have zero like joint pain, knee pain. Like I haven't had any type of pain in my knees since I switched to this style of training. If I could redo it, I would train exactly the way I'm training right now.
اما یکی از جالب‌ترین صحبت‌هایی که اینجا مطرح میشه این بوده که از نیک واکر میپرسن که تو پرپت وقتی میخوای خودت رو آروم کنی، ذهنت رو خالی کنی، چه کاری انجام میدی؟ پاسخ نیک واکر در این مورد در واقع میشه گفت غیر منتظره بوده. یعنی کمتر کسی از بدنسازی مثل نیک واکر با این حجم عضلانی، با این فیزیک درشت و حتی میشه گفت زمخت انتظار اینو داره که با تماشای انیمیشن های دیزنی بتونه خودش رو آروم کنه. این بخش هم با زیرنویس فارسی ببینید.
If everyone looks at you and thinks meathead because of how you look, what's something people would never guess about you?
I love Disney movies.
You're kidding.
Be more specific.
Yeah, exactly. Newer
When I'm in
Disney,
prep,
Disney.
all of it, dude. When I'm in prep,
Okay.
probably around 6 weeks out,
Disney.
I'll watch like Lady and the Tramp. I'll watch Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo. I watch them all, dude. Shit that keeps me at peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Disney is the way to go.
Is there some kind of attachment to when you were a kid? Like you're like, oh, this is a peaceful, neutral easy
Yeah, I
time?
mean,
right.
Disney makes you happy. You can't watch a Disney movie and not be happy. There's only one. There was only one, and that was Marley and Me. Fuck that movie.
اما تو بخش دیگه از صحبت‌ها نیک ماجراهایی رو از مادرش نقل میکنه. اگه هیچ آشنایی در این مورد ندارید حتما این شورت ویدیو که لینکش رو بالا گذاشتم رو ببینید. تریسی مادر نیک با القابی مثل ماما واکر و جهش یافته ساز شناخته میشه. کسی که به شدت پسراش رو دوست داره. تو هر شویی کنار نیکه. تو جامعه بدنسازی کاملا شناخته شده است. به شدت پیگیر پادکست و صحبت‌هایی که در مورد نیک مطرح میشه. همیشه حامی نیک واکر بوده و البته بعضی وقتا کارهای عجیب و غریبی هم میکنه. اگه به ماجراهای دنیای بدنسازی با جزئیات زیاد علاقه دارین این بخش رو اصلا از دست ندید.
It was my second national show I've ever done, North Americans, 2017. Again, over dieted, definitely not my best. It was one of those looks to where like you start carving up and you're losing like 2 pounds every morning and you're like, oh shit, we're fucked.
We're going the
right?
wrong way.
Yeah.
So I get on stage, right? And obviously it didn't go as planned. And we're walking back to the hotel room after prejudging. It's dead silence walking back. It's a very long, dreadful walk. And out of nowhere, my mom's behind me and she huffs and puffs. She goes, you know, Nick, you look like shit.
I love your mom so much.
And she demonstrated. She goes, I had my camera out and I put it down.
I didn't even want a
I
picture.
didn't even bother taking photos.
And here's the thing, like I'm like, Mom, this wrong timing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't have waited till like tomorrow. You know what I mean?
With
When
breakfast.
it's over, can I have get some pancakes in my mouth before you decide to destroy me? Can I just have that moment, please? But yeah, dude, I'll never forget that.
We should
Till
get a
this
shirt
day.
made.
You look like shit.
You look like shit.
I think,
But she was just like the way, dude. It was so subtle. Like it's like it didn't like mean nothing. You know what I mean? It was just like you look like shit. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna have to
That's
move
how
on.
women usually destroy you. Just a soft comment.
نیک وقتی میبینه صحبتاش در مورد مادرش مورد استقبال قرار گرفته یه خاطره هم از کارهای مادرش تو مسابقه پیتسبورگ میگه. مسابقه که خیلی معتقدن تا به امروز بهترین بدن نیک بوده. ولی تریسی به همین بدن هم انتقادات زیادی داشته.
It was honestly the night before Pittsburgh. Obviously she wasn't there when we were at the Airbnb, so I always just kind of send her pictures periodically. And obviously she knows this is me, Kyle's first prep, so I sent her like it was pictures like before the last meal we ate, and she goes, looks good. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. Obviously, I sent her pictures the next morning. She's like, you look great here. I'm like, okay. After the show, we're sitting at Cheesecake Factory. She looks at Kyle and she goes, Kyle, I gotta be honest with you. And I'm like, oh, no, not now.
She's going in.
And she goes, Nick sent me those pictures last night. He didn't look good at all. She's like, I was up all night stressing. She's like, I wasn't gonna say anything and make it worse. He didn't look good. Look washed out. I wasn't happy. And I'm like, so I'm like, oh my God. So we get back to the Airbnb and I look at Kyle. I said, I am not sending her any more pictures
Don't worry, bro.
حالا نظر شما در مورد صحبت‌های نیک واکر چیه؟ حتما این پایین در موردش کامنت بذارید. اما بخش پایانی ویدیو اختصاص داره به صحبت‌های دنیس، جیمز و تریکلگیندی تو پادکست پرایم تایم ماسر. این پادکست هم اخیراً منتشر شده. خب ما تو هفته‌ها و ماه‌های گذشته دیدیم که چهره‌های قدیمی از وضعیت امروز بدنسازی به خصوص دسته اوپن انتقاد داشتن. دنیس جیمز به نوعی به منتقدا حق میده، ولی اعتقادش اینه که داوری‌ها عامل این بوده که بدنسازی تو دسته اوپن به سمت حجم بیشتر و کاندیشن کمتر بره. دقیقاً صحبت‌هایی که جک کاتلر هم در این مورد داشته. تریکلگیندی که خودش یکی از اعضای پنل داوری المپیاست، به نوعی همین صحبت‌ها رو تایید کرده. در واقع بحث وضعیت حجم و کاندیشن بدنسازهای امروزی تو دسته اوپن، بحثی که از چند وقت پیش مطرح شده. خب دنیس جیمز میگه که سابق بر این تمام 10 نفر تاپ 10 المپیا تو دسته اوپن کات بودن. دنیس گفته که این چیزیه که امروز تو بدنسازی دسته اوپن باید مورد توجه قرار بگیره. بدنسازا باید تمرکز بیشتری رو کاندیشن داشته باشن. تو صحبتاش به این اشاره میکنه که هر سال تو پیشبینی‌ها پیش‌فرضشون رو بر این میذارن که همه 100% میان، چیزی که هیچ وقت اتفاق نمیفته.
Guaranteed that the top 10 all be in shape. Today you don't see that. In the top 10 at the Olympia, you'll see 3-4 guys that nailed it, and the rest is, you know, they just missed that beat.
Hard on Friday night.
Yeah, so I think that's what he's referring to. It's not like nobody's trying to bash these guys because listen, I know exactly what they got to go through. And here's the thing: whoever wins the Olympia, that's who they chasing, you know. And if you know, I see a lot of people criticize Samson for not being really in Olympia condition, and he still wins the Olympia. Yeah, because it's the best body they had on stage that day. That's just simple as that. So we have, if anybody wants to complain, they want to bash, they need to bash the judges because the judges decide who wins the show. And here we have a judge right there. So let a judge explain what the issue is.
Dennis James is right. If you don't like the bodybuilders that are winning the shows right now, you need to come after me. You need to come after the judges and say, why did you guys vote for that guy to be the Mr. Olympia? And we judges will tell you, because he was the best one we had. Let me tell you, in 1997, Dorian Yates won the Mr. Olympia with a torn biceps. Was the internet going crazy? We probably didn't have internet. Ronnie Coleman, 2002, you know, he wasn't feeling well, the stomach was blown out, and he won. Did the internet go crazy? Possibly. So we've had in the past times where bodybuilders won that people didn't think they were at full potential.
دنیس البته در مورد اتفاقاتی که تو سوشال مدیا رخ میده، تاثیر سوشال مدیا رو بدنسازا و هیت هایی که بدنسازا تو سوشال مدیا میگیرن هم نظر جالبی داره.
Back then, Dorian got a lot of critique. The fans just didn't hear about it because there was no social media where you can literally, you know, let everything go and the whole world can see it even they don't know who you are. Back then, there was the only people that had a voice were the athletes. And that was in the magazine. So you do an interview, you complain about, for example, Sean Ray complained about Flex Wheeler's calves. We had to wait till that issue came out so we could see it, we could read about it. So there was no social media. So unfortunately, guys, all the athletes of today, you have to understand you are out in public. At the moment you put your life on Instagram, on YouTube, you do this for all the fans to see. And unfortunately, not everybody is a fan. There's some people they hate. Like Tarek mentioned, there's a lot of haters out there, which is actually a good sign because if you have haters, that means you have success. Without haters, you'll probably turn around and it's like, what am I doing wrong? So you put yourself out there, so you put yourself out for critique. You got to build a thick skin. And unless you have a thick skin, you will not go far in these sports.
حالا نظر شما در مورد این صحبت‌ها چیه؟ حتما این پایین در موردش کامنت بذارید. مرسی که تا انتهای این ویدیو هم همراه من بودین. لایک و ساب و کامنت فراموش نشه. حتما ما رو به دوستان خودتون معرفی کنید. اگه انتقاد یا پیشنهادی دارید میتونید این پایین برام کامنت بذارید یا از طریق صفحه اینستاگرامی ماسر کاتالیست با من در ارتباط باشید.